Hey everybody, Fletch from All Things Overlanding here. On today's 3-Minute Thursday. And I'm just going to I'm going to say it's probably not going to take 3 minutes. It's going to be a little bit longer. The reason for that though is I'm actually super excited because if you follow the channel and if you saw about a week ago on the last 3-Minute Thursday, or maybe it was one before that, I actually reviewed the UCO Ware mess kit. And I talked about it because it's one of my favorite pieces of gear. I use it all the time. I bought it off Amazon maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and I've used it quite a few times since then. And I just really like it. Like if you're like a super, into backpacking and things like that, it may be a little bit too rigid, it may be a little bit too big for you, but for overlanding and things like that, it's a great size, it holds a lot of food, and it gives me a way to, get my stuff out of my pots and pans when I'm cooking it and actually eat like a human, right? So after making that video, UCO Ware, actually, awesomely enough, they must pay attention to YouTube and videos and things like that, because they actually reached out to me and said, hey, we saw your video and we really appreciate the nice things that you said, and we appreciate the fact that you liked the gear. And they said, hey, we'd love to send you a couple of samples of some other stuff that we've got just for you to check out. And I said, well, sure, I'd love to check it out. So my kind of thoughts were, on this 3-Minute Thursday, I'm just going to kind of unbox the stuff that I got. And then I plan to go camping in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, and then I'm going to actually use it, and I'll do a sort of a follow-up video to show you the stuff in action. Thank you very much to UCO Ware for reaching out to me. I really appreciate it, and I'm excited because I actually genuinely love the gear that I had before, and so to be sent other stuff by them just to check out is just super flattering and cool. So thank you guys for that. I really appreciate it. So let's get into the unboxing. So they sent me a couple of things. The first thing that they sent was very similar to the other mess kit that I've got, but this one is sort of the premium full deal. This is the 6-piece mess kit. And I like this one because it's in a different color pattern, so it kind of gives me some options, right? But so, like I said, I'm literally going to unbox it right now. Again, this is the 6-piece mess kit. The other one that I've still got it sitting over here, is the 4-piece. It's also a great piece of kit. It just depends on what you want, right? Like this one comes with, I'll show you kind of the differences too as I unbox here. So with the 6-piece here, let me see how this, I see it. Okay. So one thing that I've always been impressed with, and to give you guys the full story, my job is I'm essentially in like marketing / client success, right? So that's always kind of been my job, but I do pay attention to packaging because I do think that it's important, because it's kind of the first impression people are going to have of your product. And I've always been really impressed with the UCO Ware stuff because they do a really great job of, branding their stuff, making it look sharp, making it interesting. All right, there's a little strap here. Gotta cut. So like, just to kind of give them some cred here, like the back of this thing is pretty cool, right? So it just shows all the different pieces and has a little explanation next to it. For each of the different things. It just looks nice. They've got some specs on there, so they show you kind of exactly what the sizes are. They talk about, what each thing does. So, I mean, again, they could just make this very plain Jane and put almost nothing on it, and that would probably be fine. That's what a lot of these companies do, but I like that they take the time to sort of, almost put like a sales brochure on the back of it to show you, like, hey, here's exactly what you're going to get with this kit, right? So now the difference, the thing that I like, and this thing is still kind of filthy, my original one. So showing you my original one, you remember when I reviewed this one before, one thing that I was okay with but not a huge fan of is the spoon fork, right? So you get the spoon fork with it, and it's fine. It's just, you got to switch it back and forth. So if you're eating something that you need to use both, your spoon and your fork for, that makes it a little bit difficult. With the 6-piece, though, they've kind of solved that, right? So again, this one is fine. It's fine for, most things that you would need it for. But if you want a slightly nicer experience, with this set, you get 2 separate pieces. You get a separate spoon and fork, which I'm not going to be able to get apart here because, once again, I'm an idiot. Okay, there we go. Oh, it like pops in. Okay, cool. But so the spoon actually has a real knife on the end of it that you could actually use to cut up a steak or something like that, versus on the old one, the little sort of barely etched edge, right? Like this is the knife on the old one. This is the knife blade on the new one. So one, you've got a little bit more leverage that you can get with this knife. But so you've got a full-size spoon and you have a full-size fork. And then you've got your knife too. So again, steak, right? Versus having to turn it around and like try and cut it or hold it. You know, I would have probably just used my pocket knife with the fork before, but now I've got the fork, got the knife. You could just cut your food up with that. So again, just seeing this for the first time, this is kind of cool. You put it in here and it just snaps in place, which works really well. So then it holds them together. So once you clean them off, you put them together, you're good to go. You can throw them inside of the kit. Again, I think it's intended to be held on by this strap. I'm probably not going to do that because it's a little bit tricky and it's not really, you know, I don't want my stuff to get dirty. So it does fit inside of the bowl portion, if you will, which is nice. So again, you could throw that in there, and then I will probably throw my little dish cleaner in there as well, just to kind of store it. So as you're seeing on the top camera here, it also comes with a really nice little mug slash soup bowl. You could use this for like soup, things like that, but it's got a silicone base on it that pops out, so it's pretty good size. You can see from my hand there, right? Pretty nice size little cup. So if you're a coffee drinker, anything like that, I personally am not a huge coffee drinker, but I would do like hot chocolate or something on like really cold winter nights. Again, it's got that same seal like the last time that I showed you guys on the last review. So really the only difference between this and the other one is, you know, the spoon and the fork and the knife being separate, and then also this mug. So again, the nice thing is you've got options, right? If you just want sort of a plain Jane mess kit, go with the 4-piece. That's a great option. If you want the separate spoon and fork, go with the 6-piece. If you're a coffee drinker, go with the 6-piece. So that is that one. And again, everything fits inside of there really nice and neatly, which is pretty cool. I'm just going to wrap my strap around like that. So, but again, I put I put my spoon and fork inside of it because I don't want it to get dirty. The inside of my truck is packed with dirt from the last West Virginia trip that we took because we had windows down the whole time, so we could holler at each other. You can tell I'm from Indiana, right? So we could yell at each other. And so there was just dust that filled the inside of the cabin. So this way you throw your utensils inside of it, it keeps it nice and clean. So that's a really cool piece of kit. I'm really excited about that, and it'll probably honestly replace, I may take the mug out or I may keep it for soup, but it'll probably replace my 4-piece kit, or at least give me an option so that I can swap in and out. If I go on like a multiple day trip, then I'll have multiple sets of dishes that I can use. So that's that one. So thank you, UCO Ware, for that. Now moving on to one that I'm even more excited about, the flatpack grill and fire pit. So again, I'm getting ready to go camping in the next week or two, hopefully, if I can find some time. We've got some anniversaries and birthdays and things coming up, so it might be a little busy. But if I can find some time, I want to get out because I really want to test this for multiple reasons. One, I love the idea that it's a grill too. So I've been bringing this god-awful, it was like 20 bucks on Amazon, but it's a fold flat sort of grill that you can put over a fire. But the legs on it are maybe about 6-8 inches long, so it just barely, I mean, you have to burn the fire down to truly just to embers to set this thing on top of it. Then you're messing with a super hot, you know, I mean, it doesn't have anywhere to grab it. It gets filthy really easily. It gets burned, and some of the stuff, the casing that they put on it, whatever the treatment is that they put on it, has been like flaking off, which I'm mildly concerned about because I eat off that. So with this, it's all stainless steel, which is pretty cool. So again, let's unbox this thing and check it out. And again, for an overlander, right? Like, this isn't going to be for someone that's going to go backpacking because it weighs a significant amount. I mean, it's not super heavy, but it's about 3.3 pounds, so it's actually pretty light. But again, 3 pounds for a backpacker is a lot of weight. So there you can see on the above screen what came in the box there. I will point out, again, with the packaging, right? Like, they show you how to fold it. They show you how it opens up. They give you all the dimensions of it, folded and opened up. They show you how much food could fit on it, which is really cool. Like, you can get 3 burgers and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hot dogs on there, which I love that they do that. Like, that's so nice that they show you that. And then they just kind of show you people using them, how they use them. You can use it with charcoal. You can use it with, you know, sticks and things like that. Comes with a nice little baggie. So we're going to open it up now. We're going to check it out. But this is super cool. Nice work on the packaging, guys. All right, so it comes in this bag, right? So it's sealed hermetically. So this is it. This is it's so cool. It's actually really small, like fairly small. But so let's start with the bag because that's kind of the outside. So they've got this bag that comes with it to kind of keep it clean and stored, right? I like this because it's Velcro, so it's easy to open and close. I I think it would mostly, oh, that's really nice. I think it would mostly keep dust out, but I don't think it's going to be dust proof. Again, I'm going to keep this in my drawers though, so just to have something to kind of keep the dirt and soot and stuff off of it after I use it, that's nice. And then also to keep dust from going inside and getting into it, that's kind of a nice thing that they give you. They do give you a little one-page sort of set of instructions for how to put the grill down into the thing. So we'll see if I can do this without reading the instructions. But so yeah, this is really nice. It's got a little patch on it that says Illuminators of the Pacific Northwest, UCO gear. I believe these guys are out of Washington. Correct me if I'm wrong, Internet, but I believe they are. So on the West Coast, so that's really cool that they're, saw a video from a little country boy in Indiana and took the time to reach out to me and send me some stuff. So so let's check this out. So if I remember those pictures right, oh, that's so cool. So it just has little hinges on the edges here. It looks like it just pops open. And then how do I make these stay? Then once you have it folded out, it's actually really easy to set up. So there's these kind of little ridges over here, these sort of slots, if you will, that actually fit over the sort of heart-shaped sides. And that keeps it all super rigid and straight. So you just pop that on there, pop this out, pop that on there, and then you've got a nice firm platform to have your fire in. So again, you could use charcoal, you could use sticks. So kind of my idea is, I actually like the idea of this for winter camping when it's been raining or it's snowing and it's kind of wet on the ground, because it'll get the fire up off the ground. And then I'll just have a small fire, because in the winter you're not having well, you may be having bonfires and things like that, but most of the time I just need a small little fire to put off some heat. The nice thing about this too is you could get close to it because it's not on the ground, so you can kind of move it around. But so yeah, so it's got a nice little grill surface on the top here. So I mean, this is going to be way easier to clean. I think it's going to be way easier to set up. It's going to be way easier to cook over, because again, I don't have to move this, super heavy steel thing with flaking coatings on it over the fire to cook, and then put that nasty greasy thing back in the truck with no covering, because this comes with that handy little bag. To store it in. But again, it weighs just over 3 pounds. It folds flat. It's, about the size of a laptop probably, which is not very big at all. I will literally put this beside my drawers probably. So it won't even take up any room that was being used anyways inside the truck. So I love it. I think that's super exciting. So again, thank you guys for watching this. I hope that was helpful, just as sort of a first look and an unboxing for these products. Again, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Please, if you like the content, click the subscribe button below. Click the bell to be notified when I drop new videos. I do a weekly 3-Minute Thursday / review video. May have to stop calling them 3-Minute Thursdays because they're super long. And then once a week, I also do a podcast / vlog. So I do it as a video vlog on YouTube, and then I also drop it on all the major podcast channels. So if you want to check me out on there, just search All Things Overlanding. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, podcast channels, and YouTube. So again, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you have a good week, and get out there, live, learn, and discover. Take care.